know what time it is.
How it all works.
Come on.
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 Yes, 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 yes. Welcome. Welcome. We missed you guys, man. Took a week off last week. Got a chance to go up and do some travel with the family. Man, we went to a number of places. Virginia, DC, Maryland. We stopped in New Jersey for a night. Hung out with some friends there. We went to New York. Did July 4 in New York. and hung out at my aunt's house. But it was just so good to see people again. We haven't done that since prior to the pandemic, and it had been a while. So I'm excited that we were able to have that time together as a family and just kind of chill a little bit. So, man, I'm so glad to see some of you here. I see comments are already flowing in. Blind Guy, his wife, their life was good. David Hunt is in the space. This is one of my mods. He's doing his good work. We appreciate you, Doc. Monty Weaver is in the space. What's good, man? It's good to see you. Thank you for coming through. We got quite a show lined up today. My guest is none other than Linnita Hosten, and I'm excited to have her on. Excited to chop it up with her for a little bit today, and I'm hoping that you guys will take a second right now to share the stream. Right? If you're on Facebook, tag somebody in the comments. If you're on YouTube, just go ahead and hit that share button. Copy that thing, text it to a couple of folks. Tell them, hey, man, how it all works is live. You want to catch it live because there is a blessing in coming on the live. Y'all know these are our words, right? There's a blessing in coming on the live. Here's another phrase that we talk about here a couple of times, maybe once or twice, right? I was first to click the like button. I see you, Lakita. Thank you so much for being a faithful supporter. But there's another saying that we say, and it is, we don't do humble on the live. I'm hoping that we can stay true to that today, because as I said, my guest is a beast. But listen, we got a couple other things coming up here, man. If you haven't heard already, we have been doing a creator challenge this month. Several people have signed up for the mailing list, signed up for the challenge, a video a day for the entire month of July. Lord help me. Some of y'all have been watching all of the videos, and I appreciate you for coming through and watching. That is so cool. But yeah, I chose to do a series of videos, kind of an academy, if you will, on graphics and StreamYard and Ecamm. And I have been, some of them I was able to batch produce, but these last few I've been just getting them in right under the wire. So I'm going to try and take some time out tomorrow and do some recording. But I would love to hear how you guys are doing with the challenge as well. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. What's good, Digital Glow? I see you here. Thank you for coming through. I don't even know what the proper greeting is in Japan. You got to teach us. You got to teach us what the proper greeting is, Digital Glow. That's what's up. This coming Wednesday, we will be doing another. Daryl is on the live as well. What's good, Daryl? I know we have a meeting scheduled this week. He says videos have been awesome. Awesome. Thank you. I saw your comment earlier. But yeah, we've been doing this creator challenge. And so Wednesday for the huddle, we're just going to go over the challenge. We're going to look and see how people are doing. It's the midway point. I think that Wednesday is the 14th. So it's almost the middle of the month. So we're excited about being able to share that and look and see how people are doing. We're going to do some critique. We're going to do some tips and tricks. How can you level up? But this is something I wanted to show as well. These people always say that I gotta follow my own advice, right? One of the things you gotta show folks is that this is not ending. This is a long-standing schedule. And so I'm gonna throw this other flyer up real quick. This is the flyer that is ending today. So Linnita is our last guest that's on this flyer. And even on the flyer there, you see I said July 5 no show. I try to give you guys some schedule. We planned this well in advance. So this is what we're doing today. And so today we're excited to have her, and she's our last guest. But as you can see on the screen next to me over here, we do have another lineup. I'm excited about this lineup, guys. I'm excited about all the lineups, but just take a look, man. There are times where you're like, whoa, what's going on here? But yeah, so Doc Rock is on here next week. Excited to have him come through. Bradley Vincent, this has been a long time coming, so I'm excited to have Bradley come through. Then we will take a break August 2nd. Yes, Monty Weaver says that lineup though. Yes. Now you're not talking about my haircut either, right? You're talking about that guest lineup is sick. Yeah, August 2nd we're gonna take a break. Eliseo Way, the man himself, will be on here. Jermaine Freeman coming through. Stephanie Liu, then Heather Ramirez. Listen, if you can't if you can't learn something from these folks, right? I mean, any one of these lineups, this one is included. I mean, this has been phenomenal. I'm just humbled and honored to be able to host this thing. It is because of you guys. People want to come and talk to the How It All Works audience, and that's you. And so we want to increase that thing. We want to make it bigger. That's why we're encouraging you right now to share the stream, share the link, let folks know not only do we have a dope lineup that is completing today, but we also have another lineup of content creators, of coaches, what graphics expert. We got, what was this, a brand strategist. We got the CEO of Lights Camera Live. We've got YouTube coach. If you don't know who Heather Ramirez is, man, I don't know where you've been. Heather has been killing it for quite a long time. And then, of course, her husband I'm a big fan of her husband, Tom Buck. But listen, I am excited that we have these folks on. James Hicks is on the live. What's good, family? But I'm excited we have these folks on here. But listen, this is who we have today, and I'm excited to get right into our conversation. I always read the quote from our guests, and that is excellence in everything, every time. I love it. I love it. I love it. So right after this video, we are going to have Linnita on screen. Let's go. Welcome. How are you? We're so excited to have you here.
Awesome. I'm excited to be with the family tonight. It's like family.
Yeah, listen, Charles is in the comments. He just said, yo, Kirk and Linnita, what's up? What's good, Charles? We're glad to see
Charles.
you here, man. Albert is here as well. So glad to see you. Welcome back. He says, missed y'all. Man, we missed you too. We missed you guys. We missed you. Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, Daryl, I see your comment. I'm going to try and grab that email address and see if we can't get you, make sure we have that thing scheduled, but excited to be able to meet up with you. Yeah. So Digital Globe, which is, her name is Aline. She's saying, hey sis. I don't know.
Hey sis.
Good. This is so cool. Listen, somebody said to me, Kirk, man, you missed July 5, man. You didn't have any fireworks. So just because Linnita is with us, I'm going to go ahead and do some fireworks real quick, right? Because we just got to have some fireworks, right?
I love it.
I missed the opportunity to use my fireworks overlay. Linnita, listen, this is our first question. We asked this for everybody that comes on the show. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, who you are, and your relationship to this whole live streaming space that we find ourselves in.
Absolutely. Well, I coach high school students to stand on their own 2 feet after graduation. And I do that by way of individual and group coaching. I'm also known as a national edutainer. So I travel the country making educational topics entertaining. I'm actually headed to Albany University this Thursday. It's actually my first in-person event since 2019. I'm ecstatic. I've replaced all of my toiletries, so I'm ready. But essentially, I started live streaming about a year ago to maintain visibility. It was very basic. And it was just to go live once a month, actually. And that's where it started off. And just this year in 2021, I branched off and created it, like branded it into a show. Yes. And so my show, Teenage Thursdays for Parents and Educators, happens at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday. So that's my relationship to live streaming.
We got to say that one more time for folks. Thursdays at what time?
8 p.m. Eastern Time. 8
p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the name of the show is Teenage Thursdays. You are going to want to make sure you're in the space for that. Gotta love high school babies. Digital Glow says yes. Lakita says, welcome, Linnita. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See,
Hey.
listen, you're getting a good welcome from the How It All Works family. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me see what we got here. Wow, wow, wow. So, man, there's so much that you said in just that little piece, in that lead up to, that sharing what you do and who you are. And I wanted to touch on the fact that you're going back to in-person events. This is phenomenal. I'm excited about that. I'm almost confirmed for a in-person speaking engagement as well. I used to speak a good amount before the pandemic took us off the podium, right? but then again, just like you, man, really dived headfirst into this whole live streaming thing as a person being in front of the camera, right? Because I used to do some broadcast stuff back in the day, but just not necessarily in front of the camera. But man, listen. Future Cars Man of Life is saying your skin tone is dope. She needs no extra light setup. I didn't even know that was a thing. Can we say that? Can we tell people your skin tone is dope? I don't know. So what are we saying? Is my skin tone? No, I'm just joking. This is hilarious. Dr. Dwayne Wood is on the live. What's good, family? Listen, Linnita, before they run away, I want to ask one other question as we get started here, as we find our footing. What's your live stream / content creator story? I know you kind of shared with us, you went live to get maintain visibility. And I love that term. But what does maintaining visibility mean? Like, what is that actually? What check boxes does it punch for you in your operations, in your business, in your brand? Because that's a big thing. Like that statement alone, like maintaining visibility, that's something I'm trying to teach coaching clients, and I'm hoping that you can kind of break that down a little bit. What is
So, the byproduct of being visibly active every week is so many. I'll give you a few. One is that I'm very sharp on the latest research and trends because I am always producing new content. Two, I'm always practicing the skill of speech. And so while I deem myself as a professional speaker, there's always opportunity for growth. And this is practice, essentially. When I'm filming live content, it's practice. Mm-hmm. And so that'd be 2. And 3, the opportunity to be in front of a camera, those are skills that are not natural. To some I'll say, but to me, probably not so much. But live streaming has definitely strengthened my ability to appear behind the camera. And then I said 3, but I want to add one more.
Please do.
The knowledge that I've gained from technology to enhance my virtual events. I mean, I've probably spent, oh my God, I'm ashamed to say, but everything down from lighting to LUTs to my Stream Deck to other softwares that allow me to stream across multiple platforms, the learning of that. So I'm always learning. So there's an advancement, in my skill set that I have. So there's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of byproducts to doing what I call quality content weekly. I definitely don't do anything less than quality because the goal is excellence in everything, every time.
Come on, listen. I almost feel like we need to do some snaps for that. The way she said she was gonna give us 3. She threw in a bonus, and she ended on a mic drop. I mean, that was dope. Man, you said so much there. I'm gonna clip that out. I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm gonna clip that piece out.
Okay.
There was those 4 points. Because I try to tell people what the value of live video is. Right. This is what I mean. For my business, we help faith-based entities, entrepreneurs, small businesses build their brand with live video. And one of the things I'm constantly trying to get people to see is the relevance of being live. There is this homework piece that you got to do. You don't want to just go live and somebody else in the comments is like, yeah, but what about so-and-so? And you're like, I ain't even heard about that. Right? You got to do some work to be able to be prepared, just like you said, to be able to come with some excellent content, because we're not just going live for the sake of going live. So man, that is so good. And I hope that people are resonating. New sub here. Hey, what is it? Terry's Journey? Yes, new subscriber. I'm glad you're with us. I'm glad you're hanging out. This is my live show every Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's probably 8 o'clock 8 something where you are, right, Linnita? And and
Yes.
and we are doing convos and collabs, and my guest today is Linnita Hosten, and I'm just excited about what she's sharing. The relevance of live video, so dope. I mean, honestly, that in and of itself is so good. Well, I want to throw an audience question up here because I know it's gonna take some time. Andrea Balagan is here. What's good, sis? So good to see you. I know it's gonna take some time for them to catch up to us to be able to respond to this question. So I'm putting it on screen for them to see it right now. Mm-hmm. And so the question is, tell us one thing in the comments. Tell us one thing you do with excellence, right? That society says you really shouldn't be able to do. Right? I mean, you really shouldn't be able to do. Like, you show up in spaces and people look at you and say, this person should not have that skill. I'm interested in understanding something you do and you do with excellence that society says you shouldn't be able to do. We want to get that comment here from you. I see some of your comments are coming in. First time to your live stream, Kirk Nugent. Artfully Blind with Diana. Thank you so much for coming through. This is every Monday, man. I know that some of you are new subscribers because of the challenge that I'm doing with putting out content every day with the Academy, How It All Works Academy. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad to see some of you guys come through for the live show as well. Albert says, hey, my brother Kirk can't see my pic on the YouTube side of the live and don't see the combined convo on the FB side of the live. What's up? Don't the combined convo doesn't happen on Facebook. It only works for YouTube. Sorry about that, for my Facebook people. I'm not really certain why you don't see your picture though, because I see it and it looks, I see you and your lovely wife there. So that's what's up. That's what's up. But listen, for everybody that is watching, I want to make sure you guys are seeing this question. Tell us one thing you do with excellence that society says you shouldn't be able to do at all. Come on, talk to us in the comments. Talk to us. And while you guys are doing that, I do want to bring up one more question for Linnita. This is a big one now while they're doing this. All right. How can shy content creators get comfortable sharing live content? This is a big one. This is a big question. How can this? I don't know if you consider yourself shy, but you alluded to earlier saying, this is not a natural skill, just being on camera like this. And it does take some level of comfortability, and there's so many things that go into camera confidence. But yeah, this is the question. How can shy content creators, clearly they're creating content, but how can they show up on camera as their authentic selves? How can they show up on camera comfortable sharing live content?
I am not, I'm not shy, but I don't have an issue being behind the scenes or in the back of the room. That would be my preference. But God has used me from the front of the room. And so part of my confidence has come from just trusting in the natural abilities that He's gifted me with. Wow. I'd be almost misusing my giftedness by being disobedient and not being visible. So that's the spiritual context. If I could make it practical.
No. Listen. That's good for me. I'm unapologetic with that now. I mean, we got to give due. We got to give, we got to make sure we give the creator his due, because let's be clear, it's all about him. It's all about him. So continue though.
But I'd say a few ways you can, if you're shy, naturally shy, you can start in the mirror. I would start in the mirror and practicing the content before you record it. And then, setting up a space in your home where you feel most comfortable. You don't have to be standing. You could be sitting. You could be lying on the couch for real. Mm-hmm. Like getting in a place where you feel most comfortable. Sometimes people that I've found whom are introverts or shy, they feel more comfortable recording in the car.
Yeah.
Or they feel more comfortable recording with other people around, even if the other people are silent. But finding like your natural element where you feel like you're not shy. So take us to that place until you develop enough comfort to actually create a space for recording.
Wow.
But one of the things that I did do when I first started doing, I was petrified of doing live video. I'm a professional speaker. I was petrified. Okay. I just want to, I wanted to like make that very clear. And so what I used to do is I used to go live while driving. I mean, I'd be nervous. My heart be racing. But I was essentially practicing doing live content. And so you could do that too. I'm good at multitasking. So if you're not, I wouldn't suggest that. That's kind of dangerous. But definitely in the car, I found it to be kind of a comfortable space for me.
Wow. Wow. There is so much that you shared there. I think, you gotta recognize where you are in terms of being able to crawl. If that's the stage that you're in, if crawling is where you are, you want to be able to crawl, and don't try to speed skate when you're in the crawling phase, right? Don't try to water ski or jet ski when you're in the crawling phase, because you'll drown. And just recognizing where you are and giving yourself space to get to be comfortable in where you are. That is great. I mean, talk about bringing people into spaces where you're comfortable. Oh my word. I hope that people are catching some of this. This is still good. This is still so good. And I'm so glad you shared that. One of the things I always tell people is you got to be able to share from an authentic place. Only reason why somebody's going to listen. So somebody who's shy sees you on camera now and they're like, she's not like me. And then so now you have confirmed and said, no, I was petrified, of being on camera. And now they're saying to themselves, okay, so there's hope for me. Maybe and this is the thing. I tell people all the time, I failed my communications course. I couldn't do the 60-second speech at the end of the course. Why? Because I was just debilitating fear, right? Hands sweating, the paper, I couldn't even tell what I wrote anymore. And the teacher just in mercy said, Kirk, just go ahead and sit down, right? But now look at me. I can't stop talking. I need to shut up. But this is, there is hope. There's a process that you can go through. And you can get yourself comfortable in your own skin, in your own place, in your own environment. And there's value you have to offer. And so that journey between where you are now, not being comfortable, and where you want to be, where you can actually share the knowledge and the value that God has placed within you, that is a worthwhile journey. It's a worthwhile investment you make in yourself. And I just want to make sure that we grab that. There's so many different comments. Let's run through some of these comments. Help me. I'm gonna put some on screen. You grab one, I'll grab the next. All right. So here's the first one that I want to share. This is from Daryl Cheeks in the Philippines. Go ahead and grab this one, Linnita.
People are amazed how I share the gospel. All the glory to God. That's incredible. I'm assuming you make it practical and just informative and fun and interesting. Awesome. Yeah. Shout out to you, Daryl.
Yeah, he's a missionary. He's actually in the Philippines right now, but he's from, I think he said South Carolina. I could be saying that wrong, Daryl. You're gonna beat me up. I know. This is from Artfully Blind with Diana. She says, people are amazed that I am an award-winning visual artist as a legally blind person. Oh, we got talent in the room tonight.
Yes.
Wow.
Incredible.
That is amazing. As a legally blind person, yeah, that would blow me away. I'm gonna probably bookmark this. I'm gonna say, hey, David Hunt and Kanique, if you guys are in the comments, man, grab this name. I'm gonna probably reach out to her. I'd love to have her on. Just want to talk to her about what she does. That is amazing. You. Honestly, as a legally blind person, wow, that's amazing. Okay, Albert says, I'm really shy. Got to start slow and let the folks in the fam welcome you. Hold on. Let me try and read this thing properly now. Got to start slow and let the folks in the fam welcome you and help you bring out your strength. All right, got you, sir. I got you. Here's one from Dwayne Wood. Grab this one. Grab this one, Linnita.
The only African-American endocrinologist from Montgomery to Nashville, Mississippi to Georgia. Okay.
You better name it. You claim that.
Come on, Dr. Dwayne.
Bruh. Listen. There's a reason for the question. There is a reason for the question, and here's let me finish them. Let me not give you the lead at the beginning of this thing. Yuritsi is just agreeing with you, and I could not agree more. Create a space to speak. Ooh, yeah. So good. David Hunt says this is a masterclass. I love it. Albert, here's another one from Albert. Grab this one, Linnita.
I am still petrified. I'm assuming about going live. It's good to be uncomfortable. Helps you to not be cocky. Yes, and I feel like Every artist and creative still gets nervous. I don't think that goes away. I think it does subside. I think over time the feelings subside quicker, but that nervousness I feel like is really good energy.
Yes. And that's the thing, what you learn over time, like I said, in that journey, right? As you learn over time is that nervousness actually gives you energy. And if you can harness it, right? You can use that as fuel to really deliver what you're looking to do. And one of the things that I love about what Albert said there is, you listen, there's no space for pride here. Let's just be clear. Yeah. Now you got to be certain about what you have to share, but there's no, listen, like my camera could fall down right now and I just have to pick it back up. I got no space for pride. I got to pick it back up, put it back on the tripod and say, hey guys, thank you for hanging with me, right? We can laugh about that thing, or I can go in a corner and cry, but you get to decide. You get to decide. And that's the beautiful thing is, getting into these quote unquote routines that allow you to stretch yourself and go past your comfort zone. It's a healthy practice to have. Linnita, there's another one here. Grab this one. I think you like this one.
Hello, Kirk and Linnita. Such great information. I love the point about being used in the front of the room. Thank you.
Right. That's right. That's a good one. Here's from Corey and Lakita, and they're saying, others are amazed at my natural excellence in public speaking. No formal lessons, just life. Hey, that's real. That's real. That is real. And I can vouch for that because I've been on their show, and yes, they are naturals. You would think that they've taken multiple courses. In fact, I'm about to take another speaking course. That's another side of what I do that I'm still really interested in honing my tools and honing my craft so that I can be even a better speaker. Let me see what we got here. 17 watching. Listen, so the comment section is taking care of itself, and a lot of great stuff happening there. Glad we were able to grab some of those comments and bring them in. One of the things I want to do real quick right here, we're just about at the halfway point in the show, and I want to be able to show a quick video from our sponsor. The sponsor for this show is Composition. So we're going to show that quick video, and then right after that video, we're going to see a small clip of Linnita's story, some of the pictures of different things, and she's going to kind of go through some of those with us and explain what those are after we get through the story. So first, the clip from our sponsor, and second, we're going to have a small story of some of the, even a little speaking engagement actually from Linnita and some of what she has been able to do. Let's go.
And they were saying that the focus of child development thus far has been on cognitive learning, identifying numbers and letters, excelling in school, performing on standardized tests. But there's a gap in the research in how children develop, and that gap is in uncognitive learning. So those are the soft skills. Psychologists describe them as personality traits. We see them as character, like persistence, ambition, self-esteem, self-control. And those were the soft skills that even with very limited education that my family came from, that they gave to me. And as a result of that, this is the product that you get. Trust me, I'm getting there. Those soft skills get you through depression. Those soft skills get our girls through bullying. Those soft skills get our girls through peer pressure. Those soft skills are what get our girls to keep their virginity. That's right. Those soft skills are just as equally as important.
Oh man, we could pass the plate right now. I mean, honestly, listen. If you guys had any doubt that this is a speaker par excellence, you don't have any more doubt anymore. You've seen pictures from her journey and from her story, and I'm excited to allow her just a few moments now. While I just kind of scroll through her website for her to be able to just kind of share a little bit of what we just watched. Talk to us a little bit about what we just watched, Linnita.
Yeah, that's a clip from like 2015 or 16 while I was still learning what my niche was. It's so interesting that message still resonates. I was invited to a charter school for Daughter's Day with their parents. And we were just talking about how parents are such a critical component to our girls' self-esteem. And as an edutainer, it's always my job to bring some educational substance to whatever I'm teaching. And so that particular day was about the difference between cognitive and uncognitive learning and skill. And so fast forward to today, while I would not probably be at that kind of event, it's so interesting that I would still be teaching on those very similar topics.
Right.
It's very similar topics, particularly especially on Teenage Thursdays, where I target parents about nurturing their NICU, their neonatal intensive care unit, which is home.
Home.
Children are a gift from the Lord. And so we are responsible for nurturing those gifts. They don't belong to us. And the gifts and identities inside of them are not ours to dictate. They come from God. And so we're responsible for nurturing and molding this thing that doesn't even belong to us so that it can eventually meet the purpose that God has for the individual. And so I'm just privileged to kind of usher parents through that kind of experience every Thursday.
That is. So folks, the website is on the screen. It's in the description on both Facebook and YouTube. LinnitaHosten.com is where you want to go. College Strategy Workbook is there. You can download it now. You can download it today. You can download it. Did I say now? Did I tell you already that you can download it right now? So you want to get yourself over there and you want to grab that book. You've also been able to kind of hear her passion. Here's a comment that I thought, I saw it come up and from Kilo Bravo, and I just, the comment is just so amazing. That nervous feeling only lasts for a couple of seconds until you get your groove going. Comfort comes when the passion is present. Ooh. Oh, Kilo, my God.
Very true.
Very, true words have not been said. That's so true. And I think what you guys have been experiencing thus far throughout the show is somebody who is walking in their purpose and it's their passion. And so, yeah, man, listen, if you know how we do, we got to support. We got to support. So if there's something, if you got a young person in your house, I know I do, and one is nearing, is sixth grade. So Lord help us, sixth grade. I'm not ready. But yeah, these are conversations that we're already having with them because I'm in business for myself. My wife is in business for myself. So they have a different perspective on what post high school is going to look like, what post college is going to look like. They're looking to create something that they can build and leave a legacy already, even at their current stage. And I'm looking at stuff like what Linnita is offering here on this platform, and I'm saying these are the resources that I'm going to need. So make sure you take advantage of these resources. You need these resources. You're only as good as the tools you have in your toolbox, and you don't know what you don't know. I see some stuff. Let me grab one more comment here. David Hunt says, people are always amazed at how I play the piano and sing at the same time. Now, David, I'm a huge fan of yours. I show up to your live stream every morning. I think it's 7 a.m. for me. Maybe it's earlier, but he has this quiet time hour of piano where he just plays, and sometimes he sings, but mostly just plays. It's a great way to start the day. I have my worship during that time. So, David, you have a special anointing, and you know that, brother. So I'm not even going to stay long on that thing.
I got to check David out.
Oh yes, 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 yes. David, go ahead and drop your link in the comments, man. Drop your link, your YouTube channel in the comments. We want to make sure the folks are able to check you out as well, and so they can see for themselves what people are surprised about. Right? Listen. Nothing wrong with proving it right. You know, this is good. I see Charles Jackson has a comment here. I'm going to try and grab this one as well. So Charles is saying yes, recording with folks in the room who are quite who are quiet actually
Right.
helps. It's hard to just talk to the camera alone. The folks in the
Mhm.
room make you naturally communicate. Ah, yes. Listen, that's a hack right there, Charles. You're giving stuff away for free now. We're gonna have to turn this into a coaching session. We're gonna have to start charging folk now. But Linnita, there is one last question. Let me just make sure I don't miss anybody's comments. Felt the energy. Dad, I want to get this one. Felt the energy. Feel the energy now. Keep it going and
That's
spread the wealth. He's speaking to you. I wanted to read it because
you,
I knew he
Albert.
was speaking to you. Absolutely.
Thank you.
That I agree with you 100%, Albert. Agree with you. Um, and the link is in is in the chat for those that want to go to her website. David Hunt has put it in the chat. Thank you so much, David. Kanik is saying, when I am stressed, catch this one, Linnita. I'll let you read this one.
When I'm stressed, I just tune into David. Wow. Just turn on one of his videos and let me go find David right
Listen,
now. I'm going over
I
here
just put it
right.
on the screen. It's on the screen right now. DavidHunt.link/YouTube. DavidHunt.link/YouTube. Hunt is spelled with an E at the end. So
Okay.
yeah. Definitely check him out, man. That thing. Yeah, what's great about the live stream, of course, is that it stays up after the fact, so you can watch it anytime you're ready. But I like to catch it live because there's a little crew that watches it live with him, and I like to chop it up with some of those folks in the comments. Listen, we do have another question for Linnita, but I wanted to one thing I know this is not on our list, and I got to stop doing this, but I just got to ask this one thing: is there what this college strategy workbook? Jumpstart your career success, starting with your college experience. I just want to know, give people if there was one thing you want people to know about this, what would that be?
Well, it's my personal story. I was able to negotiate my salary in the middle of a recession as a communications major. And the only
Mm,
thing on my resume was student leadership experience. And so I find that most entry level roles require you to have at least 2 to 3 years of work experience.
absolutely.
Unless you're really intentional about cultivating specific work skills, you won't have that at graduation. And so the
Ooh.
college strategy is teaching you to leverage like on campus involvement and using linguistics to sway a
Mm,
decision maker that you are competent for a role. And
woo.
so that is how you jumpstart your career success, is just being intentional about the things you're doing on your campus. And so that's what the
Yeah.
college strategy is about. It's really for high school students and early college students to help them devise a plan. I call it a plan, a strategic plan, so that they're getting the best bang for their buck. Why are we sending our kids to
Wow.
college if they don't have a return on investment?
Return
So
on
it's
investment.
reshaping their mind to think of education as an investment, and they are the investor.
Mm.
So
Huge,
yeah.
huge shift in thinking and perspective there, and I think that is so critical for people to hear and to know. Thank you so much for sharing that. My goodness, I'm thinking about multiple ways that could be used. I'm in a college town here in Huntsville.
Okay.
There's UAH, there's Oakwood University, there's Alabama A&M, there's Drake, there's Calhoun, there's more. You know, there's just a lot of colleges here. So definitely, I could see that being of significant use. So I might be reaching out after the show. You just never know.
Okay.
Let me throw this other question up here. This is one of our getting back to that whole concept of, listen, you just because you're shy is not a death sentence. It's not it doesn't mean that you have to steer away from content creation. There are shy content creators. I want you to know that. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that out there. There are shy content creators. They just figure out a way to do this thing. And so she kind of gave us some tips around what shy content creators can do, and we've heard from some of you. Charles Jackson's comment was really good as well. But here, now that you kind of made it over that first hurdle, here's a second question. The follow-up question is: what are some practical ways that we can structure our content for our live shows? Right? How do you put it in bite-sized chunks that people can get at it? What are your thoughts there, Linnita?
I always find that if you study what other people are, a diverse set of persons, what they are doing. So
Mm,
look at a beauty influencer. Look at a reptile researcher. Look at how they're
mm,
live streaming their content. Look at a plumber, a mechanic, someone who's reviewing automobiles like Tesla reviews. And if they're doing live interviews, look at how they're structuring their content. I think sometimes it's less complicated than we make it seem. But
yeah.
I always find when you study persons outside of your industry, you get way more gems and creative ideas. But essentially, when I put together my show, I thought about my own personal style. Well, obviously, I like to talk and I'm good at talking, and I like to research and I like to teach. So my content is a little different. I'm teaching. I have elements. I have visual elements that appear on the screen. It's almost as if I am like it's like a mini lecture with a slideshow, but
Hmm.
the slides are animated, kind of
I love it.
with sound effects and that sort of thing. But that works for me, and obviously I'm an extrovert. But if you were shy, I mean, you could do the same thing. You could have images, and you
Hmm.
wouldn't particularly be on the screen per se. You can be maybe smaller.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes having guests does allow a shy person to kind of not be the forefront of attention.
Hmm.
But I would, I would caution you in terms of bringing people onto your platform who may, um, for lack of better words, dim your light. The
Yes. Come on.
for you to shine and for you to
That's
be
good.
the expert. And so you can't do that by hiding behind teas. So whomever you invite should be in alignment. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that they should be quote less than, and I mean that very lightly, not literally.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
you should be able to demonstrate a level of competency, so you will have a conversation that you are leading. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Listen, that is amazing. What you've shared there, there's so many different little nuggets, but having that balance between, the guests that you bring on. I always tell people you got to be real careful about bringing guests on because you kind of need to do your homework to make sure first of all it's a good fit for your audience. You have to curate that experience for your audience, but then also your audience, while they like the guests, they're there to see you too. So not two, you're the constant. So you got to make sure that your voice is heard, that you're not. I love the term you used, that you're not dimming your light. Oh, that's so good. That I could just see it, right? I could just see it, right? Anyway, man, that's a whole word in of itself. I'm about to write that down. Not dimming your light, because that is a message that I'm gonna use for maybe the Friday Night Live. My goodness, don't dim your light. I'm serious. I'm typing that out right now. Okay. Man, thank you so much for that answer to that question. That is so great. I'm looking at David's comment. I want to make sure people know. Yes, do not forget to subscribe to Linnita's YouTube channel or
Thank
her
you, Dave.
Facebook page as well. I mean, he's already put it up there for you. So definitely take a second and go and check that thing out. Um, Artfully Blind says, "I'm looking forward to your music, David." Cool. I'm
You
so
too.
glad. Listen, I'm glad that we're able to share. Just to be able to share what we're doing, what's out there, what's available. And I think this is the thing that many people need to get that hurdle to get over in terms of the shyness, is to just
Yeah.
recognize that you have value to offer. I mean, just Linnita talked about us as parents stewarding this gift that God has given us in children, to be able to grow them towards whatever God has placed in their hearts and minds to do. And I know that some of you may not be believers out there. I'm not really sorry, but what I'll say is simply, there's also something that we have a responsibility to do, to take the value, the knowledge, the experiences that are the sum total of our lives, and share that
Mm.
with people as well, because there's somebody who is maybe 20 steps behind you on the same journey, and there's something that you have that's going to be able to make that journey a little bit easier. And that's the part that I love about live video, I love about content creation, is you, even if there are 50,000 education people out there, Linnita's still got to be out there. Why? Because nobody's going to do it her way. Nobody specifically has her story, her perspective. and God has uniquely gifted her with a specific set of skills as well. So there's always room to add one more. There are many other people out there playing piano, but I love what David does, and he's got to be in the space because he plays it his way. And these are the things I like to share with people. So good. I'm looking at my comments as well. Soft skills. Yes. Come on in here, sis. That's Charles Jackson. You know, Charles is one of us, man. I'm so excited to see Charles on the live with us today. I'm going to throw this last question up here. This is all for our guests as well, for us on screen to kind of chat about and see what we come up with. We ran through our content today a little quicker than usual. Maybe it's good to take a break. But this is the question that we always end with, and then I'm going to, of course, give you a chance to talk about, you know, some of the things you got going on, and how people can follow you, support you, how they can consume what you are putting out, and we'll get to that in a second. But putting this question on the screen: what video topic could we collaborate on? Okay, so you guys have been sitting here chatting with me and Linnita. You've been in the comments, we've been on screen, but we've had a really robust, great conversation about being shy content creators and how you can overcome that hurdle. But even in the course of that, sharing her story, talking about some of my story, what have you heard that kind of jumped out at you where you're like, yo, I would love to hear Kirk and Linnita do a video on this? What is that thing? What is that thing? Share that with us in the comments. And Linnita, I mean, I don't know. Just off the top of my head, I'm thinking something along the lines of speaking, and using speaking, because I love what you talked about in terms of the strategy, the college strategy, being able to jumpstart your success, but it's using words that allows people to see your worth and value and what you bring to the table, and equate it to more than what they would normally have equated it to. So something around the power of words, maybe the power of story, maybe the power of speaking. I don't know. What do you think?
I see that too. I definitely see something around forming your messaging during your live stream to kind of maybe promote something you're working on. Like, how do you tell the story behind what you're creating outside of saying, I just dropped my joint this live, go buy it. Like, without saying that, like, how can you structure a message that would propel people to buy without you telling them to go smack the buy button?
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
I love that. Formulate your message to promote action without actually saying that, right? Without saying, hey, we need you to go subscribe. You want to be able to set things up in a way that it's like, where is the subscribe button? Hey, I'm looking for the subscribe button, right? To move people toward action. That's amazing. Formulate your message in a way that promotes action, Wow, that's good.
I love that. Blind guy, his wife, and theirs collab on edutaining. Come on, you better use my word now. Both of you educators have several delivery styles full of excellence. Thank you.
Yeah. Collab on edutaining. Okay. My sister is a teacher in the Baltimore County school system, and we're talking about what I do, and she's like, "So Kirk, you're basically a teacher." I said,
"Yeah, you are."
I said, "Well, kinda." She's like, "No, not kinda. You're a teacher." So collab on edutaining. I love that. I absolutely love it. Listen, Lakita, the blind guy has wiped their life. This is a couple out of Virginia. Corey and Lakita are their names, and they always come up with some really great ideas. So that is so cool. I know you've done this before, Kirk, but I'd love to hear also Linnita, at least how Linnita chose the tech tools or any recommendations. I'm working on doing more live video. Oh, I love that. You know what's so good about that, Andrea and Linnita, is that the reasons for which you chose what you chose are going to be educational, right? That's the end goal of what you want to deliver is your content. And so that's totally different from the reason why I say, let's say Albert's media director at his church. And that's a completely different reason for choosing different pieces of gear and different platforms to use for live streaming. So that's a really interesting one as well. Andrea, thank you for that. Reasons for choosing year. And Andrea, I'm excited to hear that you're going to be doing more live video. I think that's phenomenal. I would love to see you and Kanique do something. She's a web designer. She's a beast. She was on the show in season 2, talking about, web. Well, no, season 1, she was on the show doing web design, and on season 2, she was on the show talking about TikTok and Clubhouse with Gaston Pierre. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah. So Andrea, thank you so much for that comment. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that. We are in good shape. And so here's what I want to do in these few minutes that we have remaining. Linnita, the floor is yours. Is there something that you want folks to know? There's 20-something people still on the live here with us. Something that you want people to know, that they can support you, ways that they can follow you. I know we have your website on the screen, but I mean, hey, what do you got coming up on your show this coming Thursday? Talk to the folks a little bit about how they can follow you, find you, support what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you for offering that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I will be on travel this Thursday, so we will not have Teenage Thursday this Thursday, but we'll resume next week. And if you are a parent and you have children between the ages of 12 and 17, I highly recommend that you come. I think you'd find the information very practical. It's quick. We never go over 15 minutes, and it's rich.
Excellent.
And what I have coming up, so I'm working on this collection for middle school students. It's called The Pursuit of Black Excellence for Teens.
I need that.
We are structuring excellence, self-excellence, community excellence, and global excellence by way of a host of activities in like a workbook style. Mm-hmm. And that'll be the latest project that I release. I'm excited about that. Again, great for a middle school student or a 9th grader. So stay connected. You can hop in on Facebook. I'm really active on Facebook and Instagram. Those are my 2 active platforms, and LinkedIn as well. Nice. I see quite a few of you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you. And I will return the subscription to you as well. But yeah, let's just stay connected and see how I can support you as well. And if I'm coming to your city, we just released on Instagram my summer tour schedule. If I'm coming to your city, I love to do coffee because a sister loves some coffee now.
I love that. I love it. Listen, go and follow her on Instagram, family. Go and look at that schedule. See if there's somewhere. Are you coming anywhere near me? Listen, let me go and look on Instagram.
Where are you? Now. I'm in Maryland. Where are you?
I was just in Maryland just last week, but I am in Huntsville, Alabama, right? So
I'm going to be in Albany on Thursday. Is that close to you?
Albany, Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
What? No, I have no idea where.
Albany University.
I have no idea where that is. No, I mean this seriously. Is it in Alabama or is it in Georgia?
It's in Alabama.
My bad.
Let me make sure. Listen, I need to know where I'm going, huh? I know it's an hour drive from Atlanta.
What? Let me see here.
I
don't know. I'm gonna look it up though, because it looks like it says it's in Decatur.
Oh, it isn't. It's in Georgia.
Albany University. Yeah, that's not far from me though. That's not far at all.
I'll be there Wednesday. Well, I'll come in. I have a quick turn though.
Cool. Yeah, no, I mean it would still require me to shift. But anyway, if you were coming in a little closer, I gotta look at your schedule. That's what's up. I gotta get my schedule going as well, man. Oh wow, coffee in the middle of what? Coffee is my middle name. Coffee is my middle name.
Mine too.
Oh my word! I read that totally
grateful
wrong.
My teeth are still white because they shouldn't be as much coffee as I drink, but that's why you gotta have a good brushing schedule.
There we go. Listen, this has been amazing, folks. There's no reason for us to hold. Oh wow, Albert! Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. That's amazing. Keep up the good work. I love how you spelled work there, Albert. That's a free tip of the hat to the How It All Works setup here. Sharing the fam's knowledge base. Nice community. Thank you so much. Family, this has been an awesome episode, an awesome discussion. So much value, so many things that we were able to share. Linnita, thank you so much for taking some time out of your schedule. Don't go nowhere. And for those that are wondering, like, well, I wonder what's he mean by don't go anywhere. David dropped the link already, man. If you wanna jump on screen with us, for a few minutes in Zoom right after the show, man, why don't you just go right on over to Buy Me a Coffee. I'm laughing because it's coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/KirkR Nugent. Grab yourself a ticket to the after what are we calling this thing? We used to call it after live, but no, after party. We're gonna be on there for about 15 minutes, hanging out with Linnita, and I'm about to open up the Zoom room right now. For those supporters on the page, you will already have gotten your link, so you can jump in there in just a second. But yeah, Kanika's put the link in the chat, so definitely take a second and go ahead and check that out. Again, I wanted to just say a word of thanks and appreciation to my guest today, Linnita Hosten. Thank you so much for coming through and hanging out with us. You have dropped some knowledge on us. You have opened our minds to some new perspectives. I have never heard the word edutainment before, and I'm telling you, it makes perfect sense. I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you so much. And again, we will be in touch for some other projects in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kirk. And thank you, community. Great to meet everybody virtually.
Indeed, indeed. Well, family, that's it. I mean, what can I tell you? It's been amazing. I hope you guys are going to come through on Wednesday for the midweek huddle. We're going to do a rap session about the challenge. I know some of you have fallen off the wagon. I talked to at least 2 or 3 people today who were like, "Yo, Kirk, the challenge is not going well for me." But that's okay. That's okay. Let's chat it up. Let's see what the plan is, what the structure is, and let's see if we can't get you back on track for the rest of the month. But man, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It really does help. We want to make sure that you get the notifications. So not only the subscribe button, but also hit the bell. Man, it is our pleasure here on Convos and Collabs to have conversations with content creators like Linnita and others that you've seen today. Next week, we've got Doc Rock on the show. Sean Doc Rock Boyd. I don't know. I'm so not used to calling him Sean. That's why I had to think about it for a second. But he will be on the show next week, and we're hoping that you come through and hang out with us. This is his second time coming through to hang out with the How It All Works audience, and we're excited to be able for him to share a little bit more of his story, specifically of how he's gotten to where he is today. And we want you to be here for that. It's your boy Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher, hoping that somewhere in the video today, somewhere as me and Linnita talked about all the different things about being a shy content creator, we were able to peek behind the veil a little bit, put some of those puzzle pieces together. Hopefully you had that light bulb going on moment in your mind, because we are trying to help you figure out how it all works. We'll see you in the next video.